Job change. There was a stop at the recruitment at my hospital, and then in June suddenly opened the recruitment, and there were 2 jobs I could try. One was in the personnel department and another was in the education and training department. Could choosing between both, and both directors were really pushing to that it would stay in their departments. If I went to the personnel department, I'd be right in the center of it all. I'd know everything that was going on in the hospital and would have a better chance of getting a pay raise in the future. If it were for education, I knew there was more chance that people would find out who I was Muslim, and I would have to start covering my head. For weeks I worried about what to do. Suddenly it became very important to me to be at the center of everything, to know what was happening in the hospital and to be in this strong position, but still something stopped me. Finally, my Jordanian friend told me to do 2 extra rakats after my prayer of the night and ask God for guidance. I did this for days and it didn't seem to be working. I think I knew I had to go to education, but there was a constant battle inside me and I was afraid people would find out. I feared having I faced them, and thoughts took over my mind about the position in which he would be if he went to the personnel department. Then one night I was reading the Quran and it occurred to me that all those things meant nothing to me. Money, gossip, power. They never had meaning. So why have they suddenly become so attractive? I thought it was Satan trying to convince me, because he knows that if I went to education I would have more support, because there were more Muslims in the department, and I would be more involved in religion. It was like a cloud had passed, and I made up my mind. I couldn't wait for the next day to report to my boss about my decision. Of course, I went to education, wearing the hijab. After that things moved quickly. I started going to the mosque to pray and I had a lot of support in the Department of Education. Then my boss, who is strictly religious, figured out and he started pressuring me to cover my head. I had to think seriously about it. I didn't want to do it for the wrong reason. I wanted to do it because it was ready and when I knew I could put it on and never take it off. So my boss went on vacation and I felt that the pressure was over, but I kept thinking on the subject all the time. I had constant debates with my friend about usage and reason, but I was not convinced. One weekend was in the friend's house in a compound and new girls had arrived. I started to talk to them. They were all very nice and I felt that we could be friends, but then I thought, okay, new people are coming in and things are only going to get harder and harder. Perhaps, if they saw me with the hijab from the beginning, they would accept it without a lot of questioning. Decided start using it the next day. Here is an excerpt from my diary. I think I'll start covering my head tomorrow. Half of I feel it's the right time and the other is begging me not to do. I'm trying to ignore that half. It's so hard to know what to do. What if hating after a day, or a week, or realize that I made a mistake later of a week or a month? There's no turning back unless I want to lose all the respect. When will I feel 100% sure? When will I feel more certain than right? I have to take a risk. Have that I believe that if it is what God wants, I will get through it well. I'm having a panic attack now. Help. Do I really believe in this religion? I really want to live my life like this? I want to pass every night and weekend alone? Help, help, help. Oh God, why is it so difficult? Why am I such a coward? 29 years old and I continue to act like a 5-year-old. How have I made decisions in the past if it seems that I can't handle them? I'm not a good person. Gotta work really hard to be for the less than half good. At this moment I would like to get out of this country, going to a disco, dancing a lot, getting drunk, screaming and singing. I can spend the rest of my life knowing that I can't drink, have a boyfriend, and I can't go out without covering my head? If Kate were here right now, I think I'd call her and ask her to prepare me a margarita. But she is not. I think the demons are making time extra with me now. And people think I am sensitive. It's laughable, isn't it? I am determined to do so. Have to do so. In the worst case, I will come to my senses and realize what a fool I am. In best chance I will realize that I made the right choice and I am on the right path. Inshallah, God willing. I didn't sleep at all at night. Until the last minute I didn't think I would have the courage. But just before I left, I put him on. I didn't look back. It was as if all the doubts had dissipated. It was as if Satan had left me. I felt proud. I felt like I was over 2 meters tall. She wanted everyone to know that she was a Muslim. I was proud to be Muslim. I knew I had made the right choice and I would never regret it. Subhanallah, may God be glorified. He made it very easy for me.